Star Citizen. Scam Citizen. The game that cost $800 million. And well, what does it look like nowadays? So far, they have been on this journey of, let's make this game as playable as possible this year. Let's do everything we can and try and turn Star Citizen into a game. This game largely has been pretty much a tech demo for, what, 8-9 years now? I remember hearing about this game when I was in high school still. That's kind of crazy to think about. I'm 31, by the way. And this game has amassed a massive $800 million of funding in order to create not only this MMORPG, Star Citizen, but also Squadron 42, which is this big, expansive, single-player sandbox, like story narrative experience with like a lot of famous actors and stuff in it. That's supposed to be pretty cool. That's apparently coming out in 2026, but whatever. So is Star Citizen like worth it? And what does it look like nowadays? And well, compared to when I played about a year and a half ago, it's actually improved a lot. The overall gameplay loop is much better. There's actually more things that you can do. They're actually kind of constantly releasing updates on a pretty good schedule this year. They've actually been adding new content. They've adding new like experiences for players to go in. They've been fixing bugs. They've been making a lot of the core systems in the game actually just work and function kind of how you'd expect them to. You know, not only sometimes, you know, you have an issue spawning your ship in your hangar and leaving. You know, that only happens like maybe every once in a while, but it can still happen, unfortunately. But, you know, the game is definitely by far more playable, especially from when I started, like I said, about a year and a half ago, which was right before like the hangar updates and a couple other bigger overhauls with like server meshing. And so right now, the game is still, well, kind of starting to feel like a game, but at the same time, it's still kind of bad. Like, there's still so many systems missing, major core components of gameplay that are still, like, completely unrooted, as well as, like, numerous exploits and bugs with, like, duping and people making infinite amounts of money and so on and so on. And it's just kind of crazy to see that after $800 million that still this game is mostly still a tech demo and only has parts of it you can kind of compartmentalize yourself as a player to go in and experience. And that to me, I think is just kind of weird because, man, the amount of developers I know, if they could just have a fraction of that game's revenue, they would be able to make some really incredible games. And these are also just like, you know, much smaller teams, but in my mind, it's just like, holy cow, man, that is just so much money. That makes Concord look like a tiny game. Like, that blows my mind. So a lot of the things about Star Citizen that are still pretty far behind is like, frankly, the audio design is really bad. Like, I'm a big FPS player. I like to do their little contested zone stuff where you kind of go in and it's like, not like a raid, but it's like a wilderness area where there's PvP and like you have to fight other players in like this compact like type of part of a space station, and you have to like try and get to the end of it and kill the bosses and get like some loot out and secure things for yourself, and maybe print these key cards as well that help you get like really cool ships. So the gameplay loop is kind of nice, but the sound design is frankly just atrocious. You can't really hear where people are. You can't hear people moving, gunshots, like weird little desync with movement, and other just like random quirky bullshit that you kind of have to deal with as you're trying to play this game can frankly just make it incredibly frustrating and feel like super unpolished. But like counter to that, there's moments where the game just looks fucking incredible. It sounds good. Like even when the sound is bad, it looks good. You know, there's no desync and like nothing's like looking weird and like teleporting, basically going in on a planet or leaving and, you know, kind of just doing certain things in the game. It definitely gives you the, wow, like this actually feels like a game. This is pretty cool. This is something I can play. I feel like I'm playing like a immersive space simulation game. You know, this game that's doing things that no other game has done before and blah, 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 blah. But, you know, it's really, it's like really a bit of tug of war between like going from, you know, hating this game and like just experiencing all of these shitty bugs and other bullshit to being like, oh, wow, this game's actually kind of cool. Like, this is improving. Like, this is kind of a game. But it's still not like there yet. Like, it still needs more time. Like, they're pushing it and updating it this year, and I'm actually kind of curious to see where the game is at by the end of the year. But so far, I'm still very cautiously optimistic, and I kind of rotate from this game every now and again just to kind of see what's new with the patches, but I haven't really quite sank my teeth into it yet just because I feel like it's not worth it, and I would definitely recommend that to you guys as well. Not saying don't play Star Citizen, but like, you know, I feel like there's other games out there you could probably be playing that you might get a little bit more out of. But hey, you know, maybe you just like the game and that's what you're into. You know, I still see the appeal. I understand why people like this, but still got its quirks it's got to work through at the end of the day. But anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. Hopefully you guys either don't enjoy or enjoy Star Citizen and the, you know, amazing development of $800 million that has gone into the project, and maybe you can get some of that money too, you know, pay off your college loans or something. I'm just kidding. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you soon. Peace. I think it's still like 600 people, dude. And honestly, bro, I don't think Star Citizen will ever get to a point where there's 2,000 characters in one server. I don't know if they'll ever be able to hit that. I feel like that's asking for a lot. Definitely don't see that happening anytime soon. I mean, sure, yeah, the idea of, you know, Star Citizen actually being able to hit that's pretty sick, to be honest. But I just, again, I don't really see that happening anytime soon. Star Citizen has been improving, though. They've actually been doing a really good job of updating and making the game better. It's been a lot more interesting this year, way more playable than it's ever been. You can actually just kind of like do stuff now, which is pretty cool. Before you couldn't really do shit. I'm curious what kind of gameplay loop we can get into. I know they have like player bounties. I know there's a lot of new missions. There's that worm now. What up, bro? This armor set's pretty drippy, though. Some nice drip there, boy. The carbon fiber on the leg armor looks pretty sick. I mean, this game has a very egregious fucking monetization model. Honestly, like, I wish like a handful of developers out there that I know could get like maybe 1 million of the 700 million. I think that, or is it 70 million or 700 million? I honestly forgot, but it's a lot of fucking money. If they can get a fraction of the money that this game has, dude, Jesus Christ. 800 million? Wow. That's a lot of money. I don't think this game is a scam. Scam is the wrong word to use. I don't think that's what this game is. This game has basically been a tech demo for a long time. It's been something that you could buy, but isn't really something that you can enjoy or play. It's always been kind of buggy and broken, kind of based on what we're looking at right now. Because a scam would be like, you know, you buy like, you know, $1,000 package for the game, but then you don't even get to play the game, and then like, you know, it doesn't come with anything that, you know, you purchased, right? Because that would be a scam. Calling this game a scam, I don't think is correct, because it's just wrong terminology to use. But does this game like have incredibly predatory monetization practices? Yes. Has it had a, you know, a game basically that wasn't ever really a game for the past like 8-9 years, and it's only now this year kind of become remotely playable? Yes.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
But I think calling it a scam is incorrect. But I get why you would make that assumption, though, or that why you would say that, because of all those things that I just talked about. Stone Shred has a troll boss. It's actually really fun, really good soundtrack, and has cool mechanics as well. And depending on your build, can make the fight a lot easier or harder. Hightail hysteria? I mean, I wouldn't call it hysteria, but, you know, yeah, I know about what happened with Hightail. No, I agree. You can actually still turn a lot of that stuff on. You can turn on like the advanced MFD, but I personally don't like it because I find it really distracting. I'd rather just like look at the, you know, the HUD on the ship itself, because that to me is very immersive. You know what I mean? It's very cool to look at those kind of MFDs. It's no different than like a game where, you know, when you look at your map, you actually pull up like a PDA, kind of like Stalker, and it's like an item that you're functioning and using in the game besides just, you know, a 2D overlay that you see on a screen. Adds a lot more immersion. Okay, where are we at? I swear, on the jump points, the drag and the flight model is always so weird. I always feel like I'm like sliding forever. Yeah, I read the announcement. They were just basically saying that they didn't have like the means to like fulfill the ambition that they had for the project, and you know, obviously they didn't have enough money. They didn't have like the actual people to work on it. You know, they lacked the technical capabilities to really make it without making like some significant compromise. And honestly, bro, like, have you ever played Vintage Story? Vintage Story is amazing. It's like Minecraft, but for like adults, because it's actually like kind of a hard game. There's a lot of systems and crafting in it that make it like quite literally like a real proper primitive survival game, and it's very realistic. Vintage Story is a very, very cool ass game. And also has really good mod support.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
However, voice like comm for controls would actually be pretty cool. I mean, I feel like that would kind of make sense. Let's see if it'll let me route to check right now. not letting me choose the route. Classic Star Citizen moment. Alright, let's just land my ship. And we'll store it. And I'll log out real quick. I think I can just log out in the hangar here, but let me store the ship first. This has always been the problem with Star Citizen, is like as you try and just complete and do basic, you know, gameplay functions, they just tend to fucking break right in front of you and you can't do shit about it. I know how it'll work now. I don't play Star Citizen that seriously because this game is still like, frankly, not really a video game yet. It's getting better, but there's still a lot of things about this game that need to improve, and I just don't think it's really worth like a lot of long time playing at the moment. There's just still so many like core systems in the game that just need to get implemented. They're just like missing like actual core features, so. Hey, Katha, what's up, bro? I forgot you play this, don't you? We've kind of been running into some bugs already, which is kind of annoying, but it hasn't broken in front of us quite yet. I just wanted to come to checkmate here and farm the contested zone a little bit. I'm going to try and find a scorched Karna, go with my drip here. Is it Banner Crusaders? Desync, dude. Ooh, it's really framey here too. Dude's a damn glow stick. Yeah, Mars Tactics looks really fun. I like the terraforming in that game a lot. Added like a worm boss and some new changes. I'm still personally waiting for the like inventory refactor and this big change they're doing to ship armor and stuff, where you're not like right now ships basically have like an HP pool, and when the HP pool hits 0, it blows up and, you know, does its like kind of typical destruction. But they're gonna compartmentalize the ships, and you're no longer like blowing up. The ship no longer has HP. The components have HP, and so ships are gonna a lot more often become like soft death, and you're not going to be able to like actually blow up a ship unless you go in and severely damage the reactor. And if once the reactor blows up, then yeah, it'll do like the full, you know, catastrophic destruction of the ship. And that's going to change the ship gameplay a lot. I imagine it's going to feel a lot like Wildgate in a way, where like that's how the ship combat's going to be. I don't know if you guys played Wildgate, but it's literally just like Space Sea of Thieves. Actually, pretty fun game. We have a sponsor coming up with them next month. One of the biggest things that needs to improve Star Citizen is the general sound design. It's like the player movement is like basically non-existent in this game. It's fucking terrible, to be honest. Yeah, the inventory UI in this game is absolute ass. It's always been really bad. But like you can't fucking hear people in this game at all. They like make no sound. Like I said, it needs like a total refactor. Oh, man, my frame rate sucks ass too. Like I'm getting well under 60 right now. You know, I don't think I brought enough ammo. It have to be very sparse. See, and then this shit happens where it's like, oh, I can't even put it there, so now I have to do this. Like this shit's still in the this shit's still bugged. That's actually so funny. So I gotta get my fucking multi-tool out. Gotta grab this, and we have to rotate it like this, and then we can attach it. Oh. So stupid. The way you rotate things with the grab gun has always been so unintuitive. It's like, why not just like let us separate the access with the input? Makes no fucking sense. Oh, oh. This game. Oh. Hey, Biggie, what's up, bro? Yeah, I know, dude. Just kind of ragging on it. It's such a janky piece of crap. But I mean, like, it's hella cool, though, you know? It's got a lot of potential. There's a lot of cool shit that could, you know, potentially be a thing with this game. But it still fails to really feel like a game based on how, like, kind of dog shit everything is. No, it's not gonna release, bro. There's no way. Probably gonna be somebody fucking ratting here. There's always somebody ratting this key card. We'll see though. Yeah, everything is so like underbaked. What are you playing nowadays, bro? What games have you been getting into? Oh, what in the hell?
Impressive people.
Yeah, just the game just doesn't sound cool, you know what I mean? Game needs some of that factor to it. The audio's so flat. That's also just kind of most things with Star Citizen. Everything just feels kind of half-assed. Is that a Scorch score now? Oh, damn. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Trying to get my fucking matchy, my trippy match set here. Might be able to get some ship components too.
Access granted.
Yeah, the frames are real bad right now. Which is funny because I don't actually remember it running this bad before. Like the frame rate right now is actually kind of atrociously bad. I wonder if it's because what the? No wonder my frames are dog shit. Look how many people are here. I got a cool cloak on.
Impressive people.
Dude, everything is so laggy right now. It's the same arms that I have right now. They're the exact same. A railgun? Okay. It's kind of cool. Work? Oh yeah, we have the railgun. Holy shit. Wait, was that like a Metal Gear Solid death noise? Oh my god. Okay, maybe I shouldn't use that so close. I do have a 5000 series card, and I was actually thinking that might be the reason as to why my my FPS sucks. I got a railgun though.